All right, welcome back, everyone. This is Ebony again, aka Fit Mom Diva of Simplicity Health Style, and today we have Miss NaQuita with us. How are you, NaQuita?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
We are awesome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to share some jewels with us. You guys, she is a busy lady, takes care of multiple children throughout the day, and this is her time in her day where she's going to share some valuable insight with you. And if you stick around to the end, we'll have a complimentary gift awaiting for you. So stick around to the end and let's see what Miss NaQuita wants to share with us today.
Okay.
So NaQuita, start us off just so we get to know a little bit about you and share just one motivational quote that really inspires you, something that encourages you and gets you going.
Okay. So I'm NaQuita, as you said. I am an MSW student. I'm currently working in my field placement at a community action organization. And I also am the youth leader at my church and soon to be young adult ministry leader as well. So in my free time, which isn't a lot, I'm usually with the kids. I take care of them while their parents are working because currently I'm unemployed so that I could do my internship. I'll get into that later. And yeah, motivational quote I actually thought of this morning is that you are always living in your success story. Every day you're in your success. And what's a good story without some drama?
Yes. And there's always going to be certain things that come up. So we can either float through life and be consistently depressed because things are always coming up, or we can choose to look at the bright side and say, well, things come up, but these are the good things that happened in my day.
Exactly.
If you don't look at life that way, you will probably walk through your entire life depressed. So it's all about mindset. Can you talk a little bit about a time in your life where you didn't necessarily see the light at the end of the tunnel, because we are only human and there are some things that are going to affect us more so than others, obviously. So can you talk a little bit about some challenges or obstacles in your life that you just didn't think that you were going to get through it, but at the end of the day, you were able to see that goal or that dream to fruition?
Okay, so like I said, we're always living our success story, and I feel as though I'm still in mine too. So when I was speaking earlier about my previous job, I was working with the youth in DC, helping them with mental health and also working with their families to get them the support and resources they need. And at my job, I was very vocal about being in school and very excited about doing my internship and everything like that. So I was very transparent about it. But when the time came for me to actually go into my internship, my job totally flipped the script. They were saying that I was ineligible to do it because I hadn't been working there long enough. They were trying to find any reason to tell me that I could not do it. And so ultimately, I was given an ultimatum: either continue with school or you keep your job. And I'm like, I'm already however many $1,000 invested in tuition. Like, I can't just throw that away.
Right.
So I had to make the decision to leave my job, which also meant leaving these kids that I had worked so hard with for a number of months, like over 9 months I worked there. And so now I'm in my internship and I'm working towards finishing my degree, and my internship is completely chaotic. So it's constantly some new information coming in about someone doing something that's not quite right. And then, as an intern, I really can't speak on it because my position is so minor. And during the time that I've been in my internship, I've been constantly looking for some other form of employment because, look, it's 2018, people got bills. So I've been out here, I've been searching, I've been calling and things like that. And, I've been getting calls back from many jobs, like, oh, people are interested in me. But then the issue becomes, that they're far away and I can't commute both to that job and to my internship in a way that's going to be good for my health, because rush hour traffic is not our friend. It will never be. So, and like where these jobs are located, like they're right in the city, of course. And now for my internship, I'm in Southern Maryland, a whole 2 hours away from the city.
Yeah.
So it's really, ultimately, it's not worth it because, again, in a social work field, you're not making a lot of money. Like, really a lot about being in this profession is about caring about others. And I wouldn't be able to do my job diligently if I am putting myself through all this stress to get to work and then being in this stressful environment, working with the individuals I'd be working with. Yeah. And then to add more fuel to the fire, I recently found out that my partner was having an affair. So that's how I ended up moving completely to Southern Maryland and away from all these potential jobs, because this is rural Calvert County, Maryland. Like, there's no jobs here. And
Yeah.
the jobs that are here, they pay pennies, if that. So the struggle has been very real. And yesterday I was just feeling so discouraged because I got a call from school telling me that I was a week behind. And I got another call because I tried to apply for food stamps, telling me I couldn't get those because I'm unemployed. And I just felt so discouraged. I don't know if you can see, but my eyes are a little puffy because, you know, I broke down. And what made me come out of feeling so low was talking to my sister and telling her about how badly I felt and how much I felt I was burdening her by intruding on her life, because she's engaged, she's getting married next year, we're planning a whole wedding, and I'm just here in your space. And she was like, no, this is what family is for. And she's been so supportive. She's like, take the whole basement, you don't have to stay in one room, like, do whatever you want down there, whatever you need to feel comfortable. And just talking to her made me change my perspective about my situation. You know, I now have the opportunity to get woken up by my nieces and nephews every morning. And they run in every day coming to get me. They come home like, oh, you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Are you coming back later? Like, don't leave. You're going to stay with us forever. You know, and they're so happy. They're just so happy, you know, and I always wanted to be around them. And then also, you know, I have more time to focus on the youth group at my church and to take on these additional opportunities to be more engaged in my faith and really focusing on what it is that I want out of my life, you know, how I can let my light shine for others. And then also yesterday in the evening, I got another confirmation that I am in my success story. Like, I am living the life that I'm meant to live, because one of my friends from college called me, and there was a time when she was going through some things and she really needed some support. Like, she was facing a lot of trouble, and she called me. I haven't spoken to her in months, and she's just like, I just wanted to call you and tell you I love you, and thanking me for being her friend, and always being her friend despite the things she may have done to wrong me, because ultimately she's saying that I'm the person who led her back to God. And, you know, I had to interrupt her, and I'm like, no, that's not me. I can't take credit for that. I can't take credit for your journey, because, you know, what she was saying was, despite everything that was going on, I maintained this positive outlook for her. And then, you know, talking to her and just hearing how excited she was to, like, have that, I had to remind myself that maybe I need to be that positive outlook for myself sometimes.
Yeah.
And remind myself of my own light. And I really feel like when I do that, when we take time to stop thinking about everything that's going wrong, you know, because all that's doing is taking our energy away from us, moving past it.
Yeah.
And when we stop being so negative and hard on ourselves, then we start living and loving ourselves, then so many other things come together for us.
Yeah.
And we can't expect to do all these great things without struggling first.
Yeah.
And struggling while we're doing it. It's going to be a struggle. That's the way that life is. But what keeps us going is the fact that, you know, we have to believe in ourselves and what our purpose is. And even if you don't know your purpose, like, you wouldn't be here if there wasn't one for you.
Right.
So just keep moving and let yourself not standing in your own way.
Yes. And I think you said some awesome stuff that, you know, you experienced a lot and you're still experiencing a lot, but you also have all of these other things that are keeping you alive and keeping you breathing right now. The fact that you could be on a smartphone right now and having a conversation with me and you're not out on the street, you know, you look like you're well clothed. You know what I mean? So it's not like you don't have anything. And your sister, she said something that was really key, and that, you know, that's what family is for. You know, so when you can't make it on your own, that's why you have other people to help support you. And sometimes that's family, sometimes that's friends, and sometimes that can even be a stranger that's just generous and kind-hearted that wants to help you. Sometimes we can close off opportunity by thinking that there's nobody out there that can help support us, when in all actuality, we just haven't looked outside of the box to see that there are plenty of people that are able to help you if you just ask for it and look for it. So talk a little bit more about how people can utilize their support system when they feel like they don't necessarily have a strong support system. Like for a little while, you didn't really necessarily think of, wow, my sister is opening up her whole basement to me, and I can, wake up and I see my niece and my nephew every day. Some people, they just don't see the support. So can you talk a little bit about how people can gain support when they don't have that? Maybe they don't have any family around. Who else could they turn to in order to gain support to help them move to their next level?
I think it's important to understand what support actually is. Because a lot of times for me, I always think of support as having someone to talk to, someone to vent to. And when you're an adult, people have jobs. They can't always pick up the phone when you need to vent. But it's how people show support in other ways is what really counts. So instead of looking for someone to constantly be there every time you need them, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Support is somebody who is thinking of you, and they're thinking of you in the way that they do things. Like my sister, for example, she supports me not only by, letting me vent, but also by giving me space to be by myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Her kids are they're 4. There's 2 twins. They're 4 years old. And then there's an 8-year-old, and they are so active. They're so fun. They're always doing karate and backflips. It's always something going on, but she provided me with a space in the midst of all of that allowed me to have peace. Yeah. And then in addition to that, in my experiences, I was once a missionary, and I was in a state where racism was very, very strong, and I was there to fight it. And the people working with me were working against me. But I found support one day on the train. Like, a woman saw me, she saw me looking down, and she came over to me, and she's like, "Hey, it's all going to be okay." And then she walked away, and I never saw that woman again.
Yeah.
Because people feel when you're feeling. They can feel that. We are connected in some way. And, I didn't tell the woman what's going on with me. She had no idea why I was down, but she was just like, "Hey, it's going to be okay." Yeah. And in addition to that, there's people that we just interact with on a daily basis, like maybe going to the store and we're checking out and we're having like a casual conversation with the cashier. Hey, that's support right there. That's somebody who is speaking something positive to you. Even if it's just talking about the football game last night, like, you're still having a positive interaction with someone else. And that is support. Because when you're at home, you're just by yourself and putting yourself down. And you don't realize how you speaking to someone in the grocery store may have changed their day around. So even when you're down, you can support somebody else just by being there and taking in that and understanding that is support. We're good to each other. We're supporting each other. No matter what it looks like, that is support.
Yeah, and that's a great way to look at it, because sometimes we're looking for this big, grandeur level of support, but just having someone there that can give an encouraging word, or like you just said, the stranger that you didn't even know, she just felt that there was something going on with you and told you it's going to be okay. So as you go through your day, I think it's important to be mindful of the different little things that people are doing in your day. And that's something I don't think that we don't necessarily think about. Like, we kind of gloss over it as, well, that's expected behavior, but really nobody ever has to say anything nice to you if they don't want to.
No one owes you anything.
They don't have to do anything for you. They don't have to say anything nice to you. They can be in their own world and totally look past you. So I think that, relishing in those small moments and looking at them throughout the day can allow you to see that we all are here for each other. Mm-hmm. I think that that's an important concept that you mentioned, that many people, especially myself, when I go through the day and I'm going to the grocery store, I'm not thinking of the cashier that just said some nice words to me and actually asked me how my day was and then held a conversation with me as a level of support all the time. Mm-hmm. So thanks for mentioning that. I like that. Talk a little bit about the relationship between self-care and realizing our dreams and putting our gifts out to the world and serving others. Because sometimes when we don't feel like we have a strong level of support, we're more prone to beat ourselves up. And then perhaps we're working a 40-hour-a-week job, or maybe we're taking care of children, or maybe we're taking care of aging parents, or maybe we're just taking care of ourselves, but we just feel like so drained. What can we do to provide ourselves with some level of self-care? And what are some things that you've done that maybe you can suggest to other people listening?
Say no. That's
a good one.
Say no. I feel like many people, I will always put someone else ahead of myself. And as far as taking care of somebody, I'm more concerned about how somebody else is doing than myself. Despite realizing and noticing that I'm not at my best, I will continue to pour out into someone and have nothing left for me. There has to come a point for you to say no. Self-care often is seen as, you got to take a bubble bath, you got to have music, you got to have some incense, some lilac, say no. Just say no, because for you, like, self-care is different for everybody. There is no golden rule for self-care. Just make sure that you are making that time for yourself and for whatever it is that you need to do in that time. I feel for me, my self-care is really just being able to lay down and not be interacting with anybody. Because I'm a social person. I like to be social. But being social all day when you are in a state of, trying to get your life in order and you feel like you're in chaos, it can be draining. So being able to say no to someone asking you to do a favor, saying no to your mom because she wants you to bring her cookies or something crazy, saying no to your friends because they want to go out all the time, make that time for you to really breathe and sit back and, reassess yourself. Am I okay? Am I good? What do I need? Do I need some water? Did I not drink water today? Let me get some water. Let me take care of me real quick. And it's just those small things. Self-care doesn't have to be a whole day long list of activities that you're doing for yourself, because that too can be stressful. I was here the other day and I was like, oh, today I'm going to take a bubble bath. I'm going to get me some wine and I'm going to listen to Indie. And I was like, I don't feel like getting out of bed right now. So I'm going to lay here for a minute and relax. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to take in the sounds of this house right now and enjoy that. And then it was probably like 12:30 when I decided to get up and get all that other stuff going. But that's what self-care is. It's taking your time to take care of you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes, we don't have to do a single thing. And that's more relaxing than if we pay $200 to go get a nice massage for the day.
Okay, well.
So you leave the massage parlor and sit in the rush hour traffic, and then you come home feeling like, man, I just spent all this money for massage, and here I am stressed out again.
Right.
So yeah, you're exactly right. Sometimes it doesn't take a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot in order to just allow yourself to relax in the moment. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And there are plenty of times where I'm just like, I know I have some things to do right now, but those things are not gonna go anywhere. Nobody's caring as much as I am right now about them getting done, and they can be done at any time. So yeah, taking those moments to yourself can a lot of times also make you feel more refreshed, so that when you do start the things you need to do, you have more energy to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I am so appreciative of your time. I know that you are a busy lady throughout the day, so taking this little bit of time and talking about self-care and support and your experiences, I know is going to help people out there that feel like, oh my gosh, I just don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's going to happen in my life, even later on today, let alone setting some goals. And it's so important to understand that there's always positive in every single day that we can embrace. So I like that you had mentioned that in the very beginning. And for those of you that feel like you just don't know what your core purpose is because you haven't had a whole lot of time to self-reflect, because you are busy, you are overwhelmed, and you're taking care of everybody else, I invite you to join my Nutrition for Busy Women Facebook group, because many ladies in there, they're in the same situation, and some of them have gotten out of those situations. And the reason why they were able to is because they had support, not only from the people in their family, but also online support. So if any of you are struggling in the area of finding out what your gifts are, what your true personality type is, and what direction you could go that will light you up, I invite you to join. I will provide you with a complimentary assessment. That way you have no reason to not have some type of foundation to work off of. But NaQuita, before we go, can you just share one word of encouragement, maybe something that maybe you didn't say, or something that you want to expand on that you believe that ladies need to hear?
I guess just keep going. everything that you want to do can be done. Just keep going.
Yeah. Quitting is not going to get you anywhere, right?
Right.
So whatever endeavor it is that you have, we all have different goals. We all have different objectives in life. But if we just keep going toward it, eventually you're going to see it come to fruition. It might take a little longer than you expected, but sometimes that's okay. Sometimes when you get things too soon, you don't appreciate it. So I think that where you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. Thank you so much, NaQuita. I appreciate you. And
Thank
for
you.
any of you that are listening, if you want to share your experiences too, I would invite you to connect with me. All of my contact info is in the description box. All of NaQuita's contact info is in the description box as well. So if you want to collaborate with her in any way, then please reach out to us. We're welcome to it. You guys, thanks again. Share this content out to anybody that you believe that will benefit. And I look forward to connecting with you in our next episode. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.